National parks, vast untouched wildernesses where millions go to escape the hustle and bustle of life. But beneath their breathtaking beauty lies a haunting truth. Every year people disappear. No tracks, no belongings, no explanations, just gone. Over 1,600 people are currently missing in U.S. national parks. While some cases can be chalked up to natural dangers, others defy logic, puzzling patterns that suggest something far more sinister. Today we'll explore 3 chilling cases from the Missing 411 files and uncover the haunting theories surrounding them. Our first case is about Jacob Grayson. His love for the outdoors was infectious. At 24 years old, he was known for dragging his friends out of bed at sunrise to hit the trails and for capturing breathtaking shots of Yosemite's iconic cliffs and valleys. His Instagram was filled with photos of misty mountains and sunlit forests. When he told his family he was planning a 2-day solo hike along Yosemite's Sunrise Lakes Trail, they weren't surprised. Jacob had always been independent. But what started as a simple adventure turned into one of the park's most perplexing mysteries. Jacob never came home. When Jacob failed to return, his family reported him missing. The search began immediately, with helicopters scanning from above and search dogs tracking from below. By the second day, searchers found something strange: Jacob's campsite, hidden in a dense grove of trees. At first glance, everything looked normal. His tent was pitched neatly, and his belongings were all accounted for, but Jacob himself was nowhere to be found. Rangers expected to find footprints leading away from the site, but the ground was undisturbed. No tracks, no signs of a struggle. It was as if Jacob had vanished into thin air. Even more chilling, the dogs couldn't pick up his scent. They circled the campsite, whining, before sitting down as though the trail simply stopped. On the 4th day of the search, a group of volunteers made a discovery that raised more questions than answers. Miles from Jacob's campsite in a rocky area known for dangerous rock slides, they found a single hiking boot. It was confirmed to be Jacob's, but the surrounding area offered no additional clues. His other boot, his jacket, his backpack, none of it was there. The terrain was treacherous, far too dangerous to navigate without proper equipment, and yet somehow, Jacob's boot had ended up there. As the search stretched into its 2nd week, theories began to circulate. Was it an accident? Did Jacob get lost and succumb to the elements? Or was something else at play? Nearby hikers reported strange occurrences around the time Jacob vanished. Low, guttural noises echoing through the trees, and an overwhelming sense of being watched. Yosemite has always been a place of natural beauty, but it's also known for its secrets. Over the years, dozens of hikers have vanished under similarly mysterious circumstances. Jacob Grayson's disappearance is one of them. His family continues to hope for answers, but as of today, he remains lost to the wilderness. In our second story, we will explore the story of Dennis. For 6-year-old Dennis Martin, the Smoky Mountains were a playground of endless adventures. In June 1969, Dennis and his family set out for a Father's Day camping trip. They chose Spence Field, a picturesque meadow known for its breathtaking views and wide-open spaces. The Martins couldn't have known their trip would end in heartbreak, and one of the most chilling unsolved mysteries in U.S. history. On the 2nd day of their trip, Dennis and his brother decided to play hide-and-seek while the adults relaxed near the campsite. Dennis, ever the playful one, told his dad he'd hide behind a nearby bush. Minutes later, when his brother called for him to come out, Dennis didn't answer. Dennis's father, Bill Martin, sprinted in every direction, shouting his son's name. The family quickly alerted park rangers, and within hours the search was on. The operation grew to include over 1,400 searchers, making it one of the largest in park history. But as days passed, the search yielded almost nothing. A single clue emerged on the 3rd day: tiny footprints found miles from the campsite near a creek. Rangers were baffled. How had a 6-year-old traveled so far so quickly? The footprints led to a rocky area and then stopped. No tracks, no signs of struggle, just nothing. One family camping nearby reported hearing a scream the afternoon Dennis disappeared. They claimed to have seen a man, disheveled and wearing rough clothes, carrying something through the woods, but the man was never found, and his connection to the case remains unproven. Despite months of searching, Dennis Martin was never found. His disappearance remains a painful mystery for his family, and a chilling reminder of how easily someone can vanish, even in a place as beautiful as the Smoky Mountains. Our last case is about Megan White. She was no stranger to adventure. A 29-year-old nurse with a love for the outdoors, Megan had been planning her solo trip to Rocky Mountain National Park for months. On a crisp spring morning, she set off for what was supposed to be a simple day hike. When she didn't check in with her family that evening, they reported her missing. For 3 days, search teams combed the park. They checked every trail, every clearing, every ridge Megan could have possibly reached, but there was no trace of her, no gear, no footprints, nothing. Then, on the 4th day, Megan stumbled out of the forest. She was barefoot, her clothes strangely clean, and her expression vacant. She told rescuers she didn't remember much, just flashes of what felt like a dream. Megan said she'd heard whispers calling her name, leading her off the trail. She followed them, feeling as though she was being pulled by an invisible force. The next thing she remembered was waking up by a stream, miles from where she started. What's more unsettling is where she was found. The terrain was treacherous, requiring climbing gear and experience Megan didn't have. Experts couldn't explain how she'd survived or how she got there. To this day, Megan refuses to talk about what she saw or felt in those woods. But her story isn't unique. Many missing 411 survivors describe the same thing: whispers, lost time, and a sense of being followed. The wilderness holds its secrets, and sometimes those secrets don't let go. So what's happening in these cases? There are many theories. Some suggest natural explanations, accidents, animal attacks, or hypothermia-induced confusion, but others point to something darker. Could it be cryptids like Bigfoot or portals leading to another dimension? UFO sightings often coincide with missing persons reports in national parks. Coincidence or something more? Then there's the human factor. Could serial killers or rogue groups be targeting these isolated hikers? The truth may never be known, but one thing is clear: these stories aren't going away. National parks are places of wonder and beauty, but they're also places of mystery. For every trail conquered, there's another that leads to unanswered questions. So, the next time you venture into the wild, remember, not everything stays in the light. Do you think these cases have simple explanations, or is something more sinister at work? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more chilling stories like this one. Thanks for watching. Good nightmares and stay scared.